Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Mila Braikan. I'm looking at Ruth 3, verse 4. This introduces a very interesting sequence here. We're still part of the whole matter of Naomi instructing Ruth what to do, what's going to happen, what should happen out there on the threshing floor. And we're going to see a couple of very important terms introduced here. One of this shakav, to lie down, but actually in a very sense of curling over, curling on down. This is very much a spoon position of lying down. The other one is mereglatav, that means the feet. Very specialized vocabulary here for that. Translators often just go for the straight and simple and just called feet, but it's more place of the feet or the role of the feet. The feet have symbolism here in this story, very much so. There's 4 times that we'll see this in Ruth, and it's about the only place that's used this way. In another spot it's used a little bit like that, but in this is a very specialized use of this particular role of the feet, the place of the feet, the position of the feet, or what they symbolized, what the person stands for, where the person is going to put his feet. In other words, where you walk and where you do your things. That's important. The road you walk, the places that you put your feet are important, and we're going to get to that in the study of today. So let's get on with it, and we're looking at an ancient version, handwritten manuscript, 1,100 years old. A lot of personality of the scribe in here, things he puts in a very interesting way. So, and we begin right with verse 4 right here. It begins right at the start here. By he. To us, the word to be is intransitive, but in Hebrew, it's very much a transitive verb. And then it will be, and then it will happen. So it's anticipating the future here because Naomi is giving instructions to Ruth. This is what's going to happen. This is what should happen. Okay, by he, and then when it happens, when it comes to pass. King James has a pretty beautiful way of saying it. And then when it comes to pass, beshakav be shoch bo. Bet here has Rafe, no dagish, so you're going to pronounce it a soft pronunciation. So ve shav. Then this one's a close syllable, no accenting, so it's going to be a kamis hatuv. So vach shoch shoch bo, everything here. not one dagish in the whole sequence here. So vach shoch bo, and as he lies down, and when he lies down, when he lies down. This is preposition in front of a verbal form, and then when that happens, of course, we're looking at an infinitive. And as he lies down, that's for him. The antecedent reference to this suffix to pronoun is Boaz, he. It's a third masculine singular suffix to pronoun on the end of this infinitive right here. And as he lies down, him lying down, ve yadat, and you know. We saw here that this yod here introduces third person prefix form of the verb. This yod here happens to be part of the root, so it's not setting the person of this verb. It's just simply, and in fact, the personage of the verb is established by this tau at the end. And this particular tau with the dagish and a shava on it, we've seen a lot of it in previous, in fact, a double tau with both of them carrying a dagish, and we see a dagish here at the end. I have a hard time calling it a dagish, but that's kind of what it's closing. It's a dagish that closes things. It's not here to help us pronounce it, just simply closes off the syllable. So at, and then the dagish and the shava, and we have the same sort of thing right in here, dagish and shava, and that's how the second person, the feminine, is going to be ending with that sequence, the tau with the dagish, and then also a shava closing it all out. And then you know, you must know, so you will know, or you know, or pay attention to. Actually, it's more a causative form of this to know. So vayadat, and then you will know, you must pay attention to it, direct object marker, nice makef to attach it to the next word, no accenting on it, so that's quite common in this kind of construction. And then the hamakom, the place, an article on the front of it. So the place is a definite, well-known place. Then makom, well, also well-known word, means place, a thing that is a place that is set up or known, based on the verb to rise up, to set up. Okay, makom, or to stand up. Also used quite often as a verb in a reflexive sense, but here we see a place that is set up, a place that has a place, and a place that's known, and the place also reinforced with the article here in the front, telling us that specific place. Okay, so you got makom, and the mem then takes a verb and converts it into a noun, and this noun is something that's well known. If you look in Hebrew dictionaries, the section that starts with mem, you'll have menorah and Megillah, and you'll have Megillot, and you'll have all kinds of words begin with mem, and these are words where a verbal action has been converted to a noun. In other words, something that was set up becomes a place, something that was rolled becomes a scroll, something that was light or becomes a lampstand, and so forth. The mem really has an extensive role of converting verbs into nouns, and this is one of them here. I'm getting into this, diving into this quite deeply here, because I want to use it here to explain what's happening in this next in this next noun, this next plural noun here of reglatav. It begins with a mem. Mem has the same kind of role there. It's it makes it very specific as to what these feet are doing. So the place of the feet, the authority of the feet, the positioning of the feet, the stand the stand that the feet take, and so forth. All of these things come together here in explaining that the regalatav is something very important to our story. It appears 4 times in this particular chapter, so we're going to look at, I'm not going to dive into them that deeply in all of them. It's going to take a long time to do that, or would become repetitive. So, but anyway, hamakom asher, which, yeshkav sham, again we see the same shin kav, and then here we since there's no accenting on the middle syllable, we had to use it as a common satuf. Here's just simply shish kav. In fact, it's here it's its own syllable. Here it's actually split between syllables. So yishkav, and then he curls himself up there. Okay, where he curls himself up there, where he lies there, where he lies down there. He's curling himself up to fall asleep. It's also used in some ways as speaking about falling asleep. Okay, so yishkav sham uvat. No dagish, again, very much in parallel to this one. No dagish to be seen anywhere here in either one of this, and the same set of rafeh to keep it smooth. So keep it well. It's in combination. When you don't have a dagish, you might have rafeh. So the rafeh helps us out here. Uvat, and then you come. Same thing as da'at. Okay, right here, and vat. And then you come, second person feminine suffix form of this particular verb. The verb is bo. That's bet olam aleph. Olam, of course, suffers syncope, and then in its place we have ba'at. We have you come, ve, and this one's surik, by the way, because it's a labial. This one's a shua, because we just have a normal gimel here. And ve gilit, and then you unroll, you uncover. Again, same, you come and you unroll. Same tau ending of the second person feminine, and then you unroll, you uncover. We're going to see this again in the first part of chapter 4, where Boaz unrolls the other man's ears so to tell him something. So then you uncover Mar Ge Lotav. You unroll the place of his feet. Now regal is feet, of course. Now the masculine, normal, absolute plural of this word meregalim, those are spies. When you see it in that form. This one's a construct plural form. We have a o, and then you have a tau, hirik, and that's a construct plural form of it. You have a suffix pronoun in the end of the whole thing. His feet, okay? The place of his feet, his placed feet here. So mereglatav, his feet. Veshakav viti. Now there's a very interesting kare right here. This kof right here down here tells you we're looking at a kare, and the difference is very similar to one we've already seen with yardati. In other words, to go down. We've seen in the previous verse, and then I will go down, and then that of course was also converted by a kare to you will go down. That's what we have here. Okay, ve shakav ti. Here, you didn't have an accent on this shakav, so you're going to be kamisatuv. This one does have an accent, has a nice atna. So it's actually a pretty powerful accent on this one. So, ve, shakav, shakavet. Okay? You have to forget this last yod here. In the kare, it's just removed. It's just taken right off. The master, of course, didn't want to edit the passage, so they left the yod there. But they gave us an alternate reading in which we're not going to pronounce it. We have to ask ourselves, what's happening here? And one of them is, if we would leave it just as it is, as a kativ, it would be, and then I will lie down. I will curl up at this man's feet. In other words, Naomi is very much putting herself into the story, very much putting herself into the middle of the action of what's happening here at the threshing floor. And we might be able to say it as, and then I would, and then what I would do is something you have to do. So, shakav, and there's no yod here, so the kare has us reading as in this. And then this ending right here is what you would find very similar to, up here, that one. And we've seen it previously. That double shiva right here, feminine ending of the second person feminine verb. So veshakav vet, and then veshakavet. The vet does not have a direct, so we can keep it soft. And veshakavet. Vehu and he. That's and we're getting a little bit different sense of what's happening here. And then he, independent pronoun of and reference here is of course Boaz. Vehu yagid, and then he will tell. Okay, prefix form of, and the root the verb here is nagad, nun gimel dalet, and that kind of verb means to report in person, or to give to speak in person, face to face. So vayagid, and then he will tell lach, to you, et, again a direct object marker. And this one introduces the following. Incidentally, we see that here, and then we'll see it again here. Et asher, which, ta ashav, which you will do. This is then a prefix form. We've seen suffix forms of all of the verbs that Naomi is telling Ruth what she must do, but here it's a prefix form of then he, which tashav, which you will do, which you must do. Okay, this is a prefix form of asav. Asa is ayin shin hey. The hey has been assimilated, but we have in its place in. There's an emphatic nun at the end of this thing. So what you must then do. Okay, and so he will tell you what you must do. The verse ends here with a siluk, no sof pasuk, doesn't help us much. Verse 5 is going to start right here. again, that's then a change of person again. But here he will tell you what you must do. So this is in reference to what Boaz is doing, Yagid, and this is what Ruth is supposed to do, Ta Ashiv, what you must do, for most certainly with an emphatic nun at the end of here. Very interesting passage here. What do the feet stand for? And that's just saying it in English that way, and does help us understand a little bit. The feet, the positioning of the feet, that is what you stand for. That is something that is the basis of your life. And even Psalm, who does not stand in the place of the scoffers, standing in a place, firm place, is something important to us. And so it's very interesting that Naomi points Ruth to the feet, because those are understood as what Boaz stands for. That those feet are, the positioning of those feet are very important. And when you curl up and surround those feet, you are placing a tremendous trust in the person who happens to own those feet. So a very beautiful story here, a very interesting concept. And it isn't just feet, it's actually what those feet stand for. It's what those feet mean, what they represent. And we see this coming out in a very specialized way, in which our grammar starts out the whole thing with maragalav. Just translating as feet is a very simplified way of doing it. Most translators do that. But I would say what your feet stand for, what they represent, is very important in our story. So may God bless, and may you have your feet represent some very good things. God bless you, and until the next time.